Well, hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. All right, we're going to take up the E-FLITE 80mm XS Habu. I call it my no stress jet, because other than it being so windy, this thing always puts a smile on my face and always seems to fly so beautifully. 4 minutes high rates, AS3X running, and
safe mode, AS3X mode.
Here we go. This is a very quiet plane too. Right, left, up, down, right, left. All right. I wish I could put an afterburner in this one, but the back of the motor has the shaft comes out the back, protrudes out the back. And so I would have to, even though it's an Inrunner, I would have to get like a 3D structure or something to hold that afterburner off behind it, and I just don't want to do that. I mean, I can do it, but
Yeah, baby, we starting this party over.
Got a 5000 Smart G2 5006S in her. All right. Do not need flaps today. Here we go. Yeah. Not much of a snap roll, but I did a little bit of one. Does have an interesting sound to it. Not quite more of a higher pitch sound than a howl like some of my other jets have. All right, see if we can't get her set up. Get her set up for a touch and go here. Maybe. There we go. Take it out. Take it up again. Bring it right at us. Peel away. She's moving now.
The gear is down and ready to land.
All right. I definitely don't need flaps today. It is windy.
Braking. Timer in the cruise mode.
All right, still got 2 minutes. Get her up one more time. I tell you what, E-FLITE, you really did a good job with this one. Very, very impressed. Very impressed with it. That's why I call it my no stress jet. It is just such a joy to fly, and from the maiden to this flight here, yet to be a single problem with it. Thank you, E-FLITE. Half throttle there. Y'all know how much I love sport.
Down and ready to land. 1 minute.
Y'all know how much I love sport jets anyways. Remember, throttle's everything. Throttle's what controls your... Basically, throttle controls everything. There we go. Won't even need reverse thrust. Now that's what you call a nice little bit of butter to go with that toast. Or actually need some toast to go with that butter. How about that? All right, let's get her turned around here.
Braking. Cruise mode. Braking. Cruise braking.
That.
Cruise mode.
Just too much wind to back up. Don't have as much purchase.
Braking.
Yeah.
Cruise mode.
Just don't have enough purchase with that front wheel.
Second.
But that's okay. Alright, let's go over our flying rates. The rates I just flew are my high rates. Aileron 100% with 20% expo. Elevator 100% with 20% expo. And rudder is 100% with 50% expo. I'll show you my flap settings, but we did not use flaps today. And my flaps are by the book. And the throws are by the book. Only thing changed was my expo. I prefer higher amounts of expo than what the book calls for. Flap settings are exactly by the book. Flaps up, nothing. 0% or 100% up, but no mix. Takeoff are 65% with a 3% down elevator mix. And landing is a 0% with a 6% down elevator mix. 2-second deployment on that. All right. Forward programming.
Chilled out and silent. Safe to pick up.
The gyro settings, AS3X settings, I'm going to go ahead and capture them. I like the way they were just now. Roll, pitch, and yaw, 16, 24, and 34. So that's my roll, pitch, and yaw on gains. Priority, all at 100 on roll and pitch, 120 on yaw. Heading I did nothing with. Stop lock, all at 50 and roll, pitch, and yaw. Nothing with release rates. Gains are one-time gains. All right. 16 seconds on a 4-minute timer. Now I've got telemetry, a smart battery, so I should know, it should tell me. It says I have 30% left on the battery. Now I have found that Spektrum telemetry seems to be a little conservative, you know, to get you to bring your plane back. I'm going to say I probably have more like 45%. So 40 to 45%, not 30%. But let's look and see. I still want to check it the old-fashioned way, which is the way I prefer to check it. All right, G2, Gabriel, if you'll come here and show them. This is a 5000 G2, all the way forward with a 50C discharge. You can see I've got just enough for a width of my finger right there. Go ahead and unplug it and check my battery. All right. Has to read it, takes it a second to read it. 33%, so actually it wasn't too far off. Okay, well, made a liar out of me. 3.81, 381, 381, 381, 380, 381, 381. 33%, so not too bad. Not too bad at all. Full 4 minutes on a 5000 is perfect. Let me show you some of the features of the plane. You do have plastic cladding all the way around the hatch. The ring here is plastic if you want to take the nose off and stand on its nose, but this should have been plastic. E-FLITE, you did this just to sell nose cones, okay? That should have been all plastic. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. And the lights should be brighter. That's the only two gripes I have about the plane, is that nose cone should have been all plastic, and these lights should be a lot brighter. All right, let me show you the retracts. These are incredible. Some people are having problems with retracts. I've had zero issue with them. Look, I just said that. I've had zero issue, and now look what I see. That's why it's just like what you call pool. Call your shots in pool. Man, I just said that I don't have any issues with it, and up to this point, I never have. Up to this point. CG is 125 millimeters back from the leading edge root, which is where the wing touches the fuse. Okay, which makes it perfectly level for sport jets. That's just perfect. Now, you know, I may not have let it cycle all the way out the first time. So, well, you know it. I said I haven't had any problem with the retracts, and now this one's not wanting to work. At least it's in the down position, not the up position. So, I don't know. You know, I don't even say, it doesn't even, you don't even hear like it's doing anything. The connection may have got loose, so I don't know. But I just said, and I have not had any problem with the retracts until just now. So, okay, well, hey, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen to me. So, all right, well, there you go. I shouldn't have been talking smack about the nose cone, I guess. Oh, there you go. Other than the retract not working, that was a great flight. Y'all have a good one. God bless y'all. And don't forget, Faith, family, and friends, and Gabriel, thank you for filming. Bye-bye.